Stop. Before you spend another weekend at Home Depot, and definitely before you write a $15,000 check to a contractor, listen to this. Every day, homeowners on the Treasure Coast that it's time to sell, and their very first instinct is to start tearing down walls, replacing perfectly good countertops, or ripping up the floors. They just automatically assume that a full HGTV style makeover is required to get top dollar for the home here in the 2026 market. That's not the case. In fact, doing the wrong renovations right now will actually cost you thousands of dollars in equity that you will never make back at the closing table. I'm going to show you exactly where to put your wallet away and what areas are a good idea to spend money on. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ronnie Dinsmore, and I help people navigate the real estate market right here on Florida's Treasure Coast, from Vero Beach all the way down to Palm City and everywhere in between. Today, we're going to talk about the anti-to-do list, and I'm going to break down the 4 exact upgrades and repairs that you should absolutely skip before listing your house. No fluff, just the reality of what buyers actually care about, and more importantly, what home appraisers are actually going to give you credit for. If you want to keep your hard-earned equity in your pocket, keep watching. And if you find this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my local market updates. Let's jump right into it. So number 1 on the list of things that I recommend to not do is major kitchen and bathroom gut jobs. The reality of appraisals on this is that they will give you a bump up for having an updated kitchen, but you very rarely get dollar for dollar value for the expensive upgrades that you make and the exact choices that you put in. If you drop $40,000 on custom cabinets, high-end quartz, and nice backsplashes, you might only see the home increase in value by $20,000 on the appraisal. And that's a massive negative return on your investment. Then there's also the buyer psychology of it. Design is completely subjective. You might love a dark modern wood cabinetry with some nice granite countertops, but the buyer may be walking through your home thinking about having a bright white coastal kitchen with quartz countertops and subway backsplash. If you spent your equity on a style, colors, or schemes that they don't like, then you're going to be looking at basically having a brand new project for the buyer to take on and redo in their opinion. Instead, I recommend doing a mini facelift. Paint your existing cabinets. Update the hardware to a modern nickel, maybe a matte black, and swap out some light fixtures. Your goal is to have clean and neutral, not custom and luxury. Next on this list is doing elaborate landscaping or adding a pool. Yes, curb appeal is absolutely critical. It gets buyers out of the car and into the front door. But dropping $10,000 on exotic palm trees, custom stone walkways, or finally deciding to put that pool in that you've always dreamed of right before selling is a massive financial trap. Especially here in Florida. Right now, a new pool can cost anywhere from $60,000, $80,000, or even more. But the appraiser is typically only going to give you a fraction of that back, depending on the neighborhood and the exact home that you have, roughly between $20,000 to $30,000. So you instantly lose tens of thousands of dollars of equity the second that the concrete is poured. Instead, stick to the absolute highest ROI on your exterior task. Pressure wash the driveway and sidewalks. Soft wash the roof. It only costs a couple $100 and it makes the house look a whole lot newer. Lay down some fresh mulch, trim your overgrown trees and bushes, and make sure the grass is green and mowed before every showing. Making sure that you're clean and tidy and low maintenance wins every time. Number 3 on the list is ripping out perfectly fine flooring and replacing it with luxury upgrades. Now let me be clear. If you have old carpets that are deeply stained, torn, smell like pets, then yes, you need to replace them. Odors kill a home sale instantly. But if you have standard tile throughout, or you have carpets in the bedrooms and living room and it's still in good shape, just a little dated, then don't spend the $10,000 putting luxury vinyl plank throughout the entire home. Sometimes buyers love the idea of putting their own stamp on the house, having their own personal touch. And oftentimes, a buyer would prefer that you not touch the floors and instead give them what we call a concession or a credit at the closing table. Offering a buyer a $5,000 credit at the table is cheaper than you spending the $10,000 up front on the floors that they might not even like. Plus, it saves you the massive headache and hassle of living through a construction zone right before you're getting ready to move. Now, finally, our biggest thing that we're having seen right now in Florida is people putting band-aids on older roofs. This is a huge mistake in the current market 2026. The roof literally dictates the transaction. It's that simple. Whenever a buyer goes to get a quote on homeowners insurance, they're going to request a 4-point inspection. And they're going to look at the remaining useful life that that inspector gives. So trying to do a cheap $1,500, $2,000 patch job on a roof that's 20 years old and that has to be torn off anyway is a complete waste of your money. The inspector's still going to have to flag it even with the repair because of the overall age of the roof. And the buyer's insurance company may still threaten to deny coverage. And if the house can't be insured, then the buyer can't get a mortgage and your deal falls apart. So realistically, we have two options here on the Treasure Coast. You can either replace the roof entirely before listing so that you're able to command the absolute top of the market pricing, or you can sell the home as is, price it accordingly, and we'll target the buyers who are prepared to replace the roofs themselves. Don't waste your cash on temporary patches. Every single house is different, and the right strategy depends entirely on your specific neighborhood, timeline, and the home itself. So if you were thinking about selling anywhere here in Indian River, St. Lucie, or Martin County, and you're starting a to-do list, stop. Don't guess what your house needs. Call or text me using the number in the description below, and I will come give you a free, no obligation walkthrough and a market analysis of where your property stands and exactly what you need to do, where to spend it and where to not. You can also click any of the links below to download my seller guide, get an instant home value review, or hop on a call through Calendly. And if you want to know what all of this means for your bottom line, click on the video right here where I break down the real hidden cost of selling your home on the Treasure Coast. See you over there.